My article is from the Washington Post. It's from July of this year. It discusses the 76 billion opioid pills that were manufactured and distributed from 2006 to 2012, resulting in 100,000 people's deaths during this time frame. Basically, in 2005, the DEA had sent out letters to all of the drug companies and distributors to halt sales on suspicious activity that they had, and to red flag them until they were resolved. So, because they could see in the numbers that are being reported that there's some type of issue going on. So, they didn't do this. And this has resulted in, all of the crackdown on the opioids today. Just an example, I'm just going to use one particular manufacturer. It's McKesson. In 2008, they found that they were shipping hydrocodone over the internet through pharmacies, or internet pharmacies, and they took them to court. They ended up settling, and they had a $13.25 million fine. And then they had pledged that they were going to closely monitor suspicious orders in the future. Then in 2012, they were shipping large orders to pharmacies in Colorado. And one of those pharmacies was in Brighton, Colorado, with a population of 38,000 people, and they were ordering 2,000 pills a day. Now, these two occurrences, they're not the only one. Everybody played their hand in it. I mean, the pharmacy, obviously, in Brighton, Colorado, played a hand as well. But these occurrences, I feel, are just like a slap on the wrist. They continually just kept doing, and they continually just kept, all of them did. And that's where the big crackdown has happened now. So, now that everybody is limited on how much narcotics, and there's just been this huge crackdown from, let me see if I can get the right number, sorry, from 2013 to 2017, because of them not being able to get the opioids that these patients that are these people are addicted to, there has been a heroin and fentanyl increase in deaths, and there's been 67,000 deaths during this time frame. I think this epidemic it's huge. It's crazy. I chose this article because I just find it crazy that I just wonder, with the data released now, and you actually can see the numbers of how many pills that went out and how many times these drug companies just got these little slap on the wrist, and it just feels like, could we have done more during this time frame? Did our government do enough? It's a huge issue that's going on right now. How is it prevalent in my nursing practice? It's prevalent everywhere. It's affecting everybody. It affects friends, family, everything. During your nursing practice, I mean, you have to deal with a lot of people that are addicted to these medicines, and maybe I've seen several cases where they take care of their siblings or family members that are, stuck in a hospital bed or whatnot, and they end up essentially just taking their check to spend it on drugs and leave these people, and they come into the hospital and they have huge wounds, and now you have to, it's very, very sad what's happening. Moving on to the future, we just need to do more education to the patients, teaching other things to use for opioids, besides opioids, for pain. And just also with the pain scale, discussing with them what their threshold of pain is while they're in the hospital, and discussing, where is your baseline? What is this number? And so that way we can, keep you, at this number, because not everybody is a zero. And we just need to be aware that, not everybody's not going to have no pain. I mean, somebody's 0 is somebody else's 4. And so we just need to keep re-educating the patients and just following up on it. That's it. My patient teaching handout is exercise for arthritis pain. Its target audience is a nursing home where 80% of the residents have some sort of arthritis pain and they're age 60 or older. I chose this patient population because a lot of them do suffer from arthritis, and it does hurt to move. And the best thing for them is to exercise, especially a low impact exercise and stretching. That's really great for this patient population. Over half the residents here, they currently partake in a daily exercise regimen. The nursing home actually is going to have some new classes lately, so I'm just going to highlight them in my presentation, some new exercise classes that they're going to offer. So I'll just highlight for them just to kind of give them a heads up that these would be great opportunities that way they can ask more questions from the nursing home, or to me, if that's what they choose. And they, okay, so my teaching plan. By the end of the presentation, the audience will be better informed of the effectiveness of exercise to decrease arthritis pain. My learning objectives are: the audience will actively participate by asking questions at the end of the presentation. They will also be able to recall 3 low-impact types of exercising by the end of the presentation. They will listen to all the information presented during the presentation. They will also share one concern they have by the end of the presentation. The audience will schedule a nursing home exercise class by the end of the week, and they will at least exercise for 5 minutes within the next 2 days. Make it pretty simple, because it's just that easy. Just 5 minutes. That's all you need, just to start. So my goals, or my evaluation of how my objectives have been achieved are: learning will occur if the audience participates by asking questions and can recall types of low impact exercises. It will also have occurred if they attentively listen and share one concern they have with exercise. And lastly, if they exercise or for 2 minutes within the next 2 days, and if they go to an exercise class by the end of the week with the nursing home. So my handout looks like this. It's titled Exercise for Arthritis Pain. The beginning, I just tried to highlight something to kind of catch their eye, things that they suffer from with arthritis, saying how to improve painful joints, mobility, and fatigue. So inside, you can see that there is plenty of white space. I tried to limit the information to less than 3 to 4, so it's not so overwhelming. And I actually chose a slightly larger font because I know this population, or as we age, our vision is not as good as what it once was. So I chose a slightly larger font, but nothing too large to where it would be difficult to read. I did use a serif font where it has the, the little ends on the letters, so it's easier to read. And my handout, it starts with the benefits, how to improve pain, joint stiffness, inflammation, energy, and mobility. Then we have the workout types. These are the ones in the nursing home. They're going to start some new exercises that their instructor has added to their courses. Then it talks about how you can start, which is as easy as 5 to 10 minutes a day, and then you want to increase it to 10 to 20 minutes a day. Then it has some do's and don'ts. You want to always stretch before. You're going to start slow, have low impact exercises. A stationary bike or elliptical is great exercise. Very low impact on the joints. And then you want to use lighter weights, and just with that you want to do more repetitions with it. So you don't want to lift too much weight because you could injure yourself. Running on the pavement would be really bad for your knees. Or no deep squats, and don't push yourself too much because you could definitely injure yourself. On the last page, it just reiterates the beginning, reiterates the whole lesson or teaching plan, that low impact exercise can improve arthritis pain. And there's a side note to always talk to your primary care physician before starting before starting a new exercise regimen. Thank you for listening to my video on exercise for arthritis pain. These videos were very hard to make, well, easy to make, but I do say a lot, so I had to make a lot of cuts of them just to Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry for all the ums in the video.